You can now turn a single product photo into an entire ad campaign. Product shots, a showcase video, a virtual try-on, and UGC ads that look like they were filmed on someone's phone, all using AI. If you've ever sold anything online, you already know what good creative costs. Hundreds for a photographer, even more for a UGC creator, and a week of waiting before you can even test if the ad works. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I used one tool, Pollo AI, to build a complete product marketing campaign from one image, start to finish. So you can spin up scroll-stopping ads in an afternoon, test 20 different angles for the price of one shoot, and stop waiting on someone else to make your content. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jimmy Barkway. I run a very profitable AI automation business. So if you haven't already, grab yourself a fresh cup of tea and let's dive straight in. Now, before we get started, check out the finished result.
Not gonna lie, this hat is everything, goes with literally everything. Links below.
This is not a new AI image generation model, but this is the place where you can create images, videos, ads to your heart's content. What I love about it is that it brings all of the best image and video generation models together under one roof. Before we can make any videos, we have to put together a few initial images, and we'll start with the product that we're promoting. And that's going to be a baseball cap for a company called Summit. This is completely fictional, made this up for the purposes of this demo, but let's get stuck in. All the image and video prompts will be available in a Notion guide I've put together for you in the description below. All the Marketing Studio and the Commerce Studio, both of which we're going to be using today, you get 20% off if you use the first link in the description below. Let's go. So we'll start with our product image prompts. I'm going to switch this to Creative Studio and onto image. It's going to default to Pollo Image 2.0. I'm going to switch this to OpenAI and then GPT Image 2.0. That is the best image generation model on the market at the moment, and you can use all of that within the platform. Now, let's make a matte black premium baseball cap, small white embroidered mountain logo on the front, plain white seamless studio background, soft even lighting, centered, sharp focus, photorealistic e-commerce product photo. This is going to be our initial product photo that we're going to use across all of our assets that we'll build today. Other image generation models that are also quite good are Nano Banana, Midjourney, and Pollo AI, but I'm sticking with GPT Image 2.0 because it generates photorealism like no other model I've seen yet. And I'm going to change this just to a 1:1 for our product photo. Let's output 4 different variations, crank it up to 4K, and put the quality on high. And that is now generating our images. You can see I've had a play around with UGC ads already, and you can see the quality of these images. They look like a real person. You would not be able to tell this. Okay, and it looks like we're there. Let's have a look at these. Very impressed with the quality of this so far. So you can see all the stitching on the cap. The amount of detail in there is pretty good. This one's also good. This one less so. I'm going to go with this one. So let's download. I'm going to download this to my computer. Now we can turn this basic product photo into something that actually shows it off in scenes that you would see in your day-to-day. So I'm going to come back to the Creative Studio. Still the same image model selected there, GPT Image 2.0. I'm going to make sure text to image is selected there. This time I'm going to upload my product image. This next prompt uses a lot of image prompting wizardry, like mentioning specifically the kind of camera you're using to shoot this, being really detailed on the setting for the photo, as well as going into detail as of the reason that we're creating this photo at all. And that gives a great amount of context for the image model to use. And very important, photorealistic, ultra detailed 4K. A matte black structured baseball cap with crisp white embroidered mountain range logo centered on the front panel, embroidery thread, texture sharp and dimensional, resting at a slight 3/4 angle on a raw pale concrete surface, a few sprigs of fresh eucalyptus laid loosely beside it, soft diffused window light raking from the left, gentle fall off into shadow on the right, subtle natural lights on the curve of the crown. Let's see what it comes up with. Again, we're still going for Instagram style images, so I'll leave it at 1:1. We'll output 4 different variations at 4K and leave the quality at high. While that's going, I've got 2 more prompt ideas to try as well. First one is an e-commerce hero shot, placing the cap in the center, kind of looking like it's rotating, I think. This next one puts the cap in a cafe, just to try something different. And all of these prompts that I'm using today, you can keep this as your own personal prompt library so that when you're generating more prompts in the future, whatever model you're using, you can use this as a reference point so it knows the kind of detail that is required. Okay, while those other two are generating, let's have a look at the first one we made. And this looks pretty darn good. One thing I like about this is that it puts the prompt on the right for you. So if you do want to make any minor edits, then you can just copy that prompt and do that quite easily. It's kept the logo looking embroidered. The whole cap looks photorealistic, just like we asked. We've got a few different options to play with here. Okay, up next, we've got our floating caps, looking almost like they're rotating. Got some nice shadows in there. Again, it looks beautifully embroidered and it stayed true to our original product photo. And lastly, we have our cap in a coffee shop with our nice mug of coffee right next to it. Great use of focus, beautiful shadows. Yeah, really happy with this. I think this one is my favorite. You can see the steam rising out of the coffee. These models are getting good. Okay, now let's move on to video generation. Images are great for a starting point, but if you really want to catch someone's eye, then video is the way to go. Luckily, Pollo AI has this built into the platform, so you don't have to be stitching together different videos and you don't have to be really good at prompting. You can just use Commerce Studio to do a lot of the work for you. They have a lot of style examples already. I like this floating rock animation I've got going on. You can either upload your image or just choose from all of your assets that you've made, and you'll see all of those right here. And I've put together this prompt that will be in the Notion guide as well. Only want a short video. Let's go with like 7 seconds, 16:9, so it'd be good for a full screen, and 4K and just one generation. Let's go. And here's our video. Let me full screen this for you. Okay, that is gorgeous. It's even got the nice zoom in at the end there. Photorealistic looking floating rock with a cap on it. Amazing. This is how I've been creating photorealistic production ready product shots fit for any ad campaign. A few different options. I like the look of Midnight Fur. And if we just add our product photo from our assets, then we can select, let's go with this one. And we don't even have to prompt this because the prompt is kind of already built into these styles right here. So you can just add in your product photo. I'll change this to 9:16, so it's good for a TikTok. Crank it up to 4K. We'll have 4 variations, and then we can just hit generate. Here we have our Midnight Fur with our product image sitting on top of it. Instagram ready to go. Someone's got a nice deep blue to it. And I think this one's my favorite. If you want to remove the background on these and you don't actually like this Midnight Fur, you can just hit this button right here. And then you can re-prompt this by just hitting that button and then just type in the prompt or how you want to change the photo, even if it's something small. All these product photos and images look really good, but how does this look on an actual AI generated avatar? We can use the virtual try-on photo to add any product and see what that looks like on an avatar. So we've got a ton of different options here as to the kind of style that we can go for. Let's go for blue portrait. I've uploaded our product image. And for the avatar, I'll show you how to create one of these from scratch in a second. But for this example, I'm just going to choose an avatar that we already have built into the platform. Got quite a few different options. You can filter by industry, location, gender, age. If I just come down to here, let's go with Chloe. Again, I'll set it to that TikTok style of image. I'll crank it up to 4K. And let's give ourselves a few different options here. Again, for this one, no prompting because we've already got a style selected there. But if you want something specific here, then by all means, write out some prompts. Okay, so it looks like she's not wearing the cap, but you can see that it's stuck to the style that we selected and the cap still looks exactly like the product photo. The whole thing looks photorealistic. Now we've seen what we can do with Commerce Studio. Let's have a look at the Marketing Studio to see the kind of UGC ads that we can put together for literally any product that we want to. Before we get onto UGC, let's see if we can get an avatar to try on our cap. Uploaded a product image. Let's choose an avatar. We can go with the same one. Yeah, we'll add a prompt in this time. That'll be from the Notion guide in the link down below as well. Just to add a bit of detail onto this and make sure we get what we're looking for. But on a 9:16 format, let's make it just 10 seconds, 1080p, and see what we get.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, this is actually perfect.
Couldn't have put it better myself. That's really good. Amazing what you can do with a bit of prompting. Now, to create a UGC style video ad like you're seeing on screen right now, we're going to need a bit of prompt wizardry. So we'll start off with our AI avatar and we'll throw in a product image as well. And then we're also going to create a script for that as well. Now, I've put together this skill, which is a UGC script writer skill specifically made for this purpose. That will be found in the Notion guide below as well. But the script is the thing that sells the product. Copywriting is more important than anything that we're doing today. So we need to get this right. I'm going to come back to Creative Studio and we're going to use Cdance 2.0 this time. This is the best video generation model on the market at the moment. Let's go to Creative Studio and then reference to video. I'm going to upload our AI avatar. Then we can choose our cap from the assets we've already made today. And I've got this prompt to go with it as well. Let's see what comes back.
Not gonna lie, this hat is everything. Goes with literally everything. Links below.
Okay, I made a few different variations and that was the one that came out the best, I think. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Just before we wrap up, I'm going to show you how you can clone an existing video ad with your product being used instead of the actual products in the video.
The wild river carves its path.
So I'm going to take this perfume ad. I've turned the sound off just so it's not annoying, but the idea is we're going to take our cap and then replace this perfume with that cap and we'll see what it comes up with. To do that, we can just come into clone video ads. We're going to upload that ad we just saw on YouTube. I downloaded this onto my computer, by the way. And we can throw in our product's image. Key selling points for this cap. It is super comfortable. It goes with any item of clothing and it appeals to men and women between the ages of 20 and 30. Let's create and see what comes up. It's given us some items to review, including the hook, the product detail, lifestyle, and then a call to action at the end. Let's start generating a video and let's see what it's come up with.
Find your peak in every day. Minimalist style, crafted for the journey. Effortless versatility, wherever you go.
Okay, for a one shot, barely even prompting, just clicking a few buttons, that is a pretty impressive output. I'm pretty happy with that. So today we walked through Pollo AI as a creative platform to go from zero to creating a full end-to-end ad campaign for any product of your choosing, and even creating photorealistic UGC ads like the ones you've just seen to promote these products in a way that comes across really natural. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. YouTube is going to recommend what to watch next.